Hey everyone, I have two dogs on my bed, the other one is downstairs, but obligatory dog show out of the way. I want to focus on this video. This video was tweeted out by Coughlin a few days ago, and he said for people to completely pwn this asshole, and I'm sure other people are going to do their best as well. And I thought I would put in my second, third rate attempt by just watching it and giving my opinion. As you can see, the title, you already know it's going to be a gem of a video if the gem is made from anal leakage caused by side effects of some certain drugs. Now, I've noticed recently that I can actually now upload videos over 15 minutes. I don't know whether I can keep people's attention spans for over that, but this will probably be over the limit, so just bear with me and I'll try and get it over as quickly as I can.
Hi, today I'm going to be talking about gay supposed inequality and general issues that surround people who are gay and the views that gay people have concerning society. Now, my first point, I think, is a very, very important one, and it surrounds the issue of gay supposed inequality and gay marriage. Now, if we look at inequality, what it means in a societal sense is that one group of people and another group of people don't have the same rights.
And that is exactly right. Gay people cannot get married, straight people can. There we go. Inequality.
Equality suggests that this group of people and this group of people have the same rights. Now let's look into that.
Bingo!
What right are we talking about? We're talking about the right to marry. Okay? Now, everybody in Britain, as soon as you reach a certain age and it's, it's consensual, marriage is legal. Everyone has that right. And what is marriage? Marriage is the union of one man and one woman.
Ah, now see, maybe in religious law and civil law it is, but civil law, that is what we're trying to change. That's what all this fight to legalise gay marriage is about. It's about changing civil law to allow gay people to marry. Now, we're not talking about religious law. We're not talking about religious doctrine. If the church wants to, the Church of England still only wants to marry people of opposite sex, and they still can. We're talking about the actual law written in the books, law books, whatever. We're talking about that. Those things can change. For example, the law was once that we had the death penalty in England. We changed it, and now we don't. That's all we want. We want to change the civil law. Religious people can do whatever the fuck they want still. If they want to allow gay marriage, they're going to have to talk to their higher up. But if we're talking about, we're only talking about civil law here. We want to give people, say that inequality is prevalent when it comes to marriage. Gay people are not allowed to marry the people that they want to, and they should be allowed to because it creates inequality when they don't. That is the simple explanation.
Everybody, including gay people, now you might say, oh, well, they don't want to do this. It doesn't matter. They've still got this right. Gay people and straight people have exactly the same right. A man has the right to marry a woman, and a woman has the right to marry a man.
Right. And why can't a man marry a man? Why can't a woman marry a woman? That is fucked up. That we live in a society now where we say only opposite sex people can marry. What if someone's not in love with someone? It's someone in love with somebody of the same sex. Now, why can't they get married? There is no reason why we should discriminate against gay people just because they're gay and just because they have the same fucking genitals. No way that we could establish that somehow being gay is wrong and therefore not worthy of being married. No, there's nothing like that. There's no evidence that you could present. So it's fucking inequality and it's discrimination. Plain and simple.
There we go. End of story. Gay people cannot continue to say that they don't have equal rights. Everyone has equal rights. Everybody in the UK can go and get married to a person of the opposite sex.
Right. And I've just explained that to you, that they don't want to. Why not? I mean, I know you get into that later, but There is no real reason. I know you give your bullshit arguments, but there is no reason why we can fight for, gay marriage and it be wrong. There just isn't.
So, that issue's gone.
Yeah, so you think.
What you might still discuss, however, and be concerned about, is the fact, of course, that gay people cannot marry.
Fucking bingo.
No, they can't. They can't marry at least another member of the same sex.
Hence, discrimination.
So what does this mean? What do they want? Well, if they don't want equality, the only possible thing they could want is the changing of a definition of a tradition that's existed in Britain for hundreds of years.
Changing definitions? Oh, no, we don't want to do that, do we? Just like when we changed the definitions of people who can vote and added women like 100 years ago, and we added black people, and when it comes to marriage, where we changed the definition so that women could marry after they were divorced, and women could marry black people, or black people could marry people of other races. We allowed interracial marriage, just like we changed the definition of gay marriage. Now, I know we haven't defined that yet, but in other countries they have, and as far as I know, they are not littered with apocalyptic wastelands all roaming around Mad Max style, only with less anti-Semitism. There is nothing like that going on in those countries. Argentina, Belgium, Norway, places like that have had. The Netherlands have had gay marriage for fucking years now, and they are still going on completely fine, even though it's against their tradition or whatever the fuck that means.
It's an important tradition in our country, and it's a tradition that soon may be destroyed.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain this to me, how exactly straight marriage will be destroyed. Okay, because it's still going to be there. It's still going to be as important to people as it is now. Adding definitions or saying that gay people can get married is not going to take away from people's happiness. Although, I just want to talk about your comment as well, because it seems to me that you think this, because you leave a comment saying, some of you have asked me why I know that gay marriage will destroy the concept of marriage. I believe I outlined this perfectly well in the video. It would destroy a traditional marriage format. It would no longer exist. It would make marriage between a man and a woman less important and less special. Well, I'm sorry that you think that allowing gay people to marry would make your marriage less special. I'm going to get married. I have a fiance. I love her from the very bottom of my heart. I'm going to get married hopefully next year if we can afford it. And if gay people are allowed to get married, my love for her is not going to change. The happiness I feel knowing that I'm going to marry her is not going to change. When we get married, in fact, it's actually going to make it more special knowing that gays and lesbians can feel the same amount of joy and happiness that I feel, knowing that I'm going to marry the person that I love and I'm going to spend the rest of my life with them. It seems to me that you're more in love with the idea of marriage rather than the person that you would be with, and that's really sad.
As many other traditions are, through multiculturalism and mass immigration. If we're going to protect our country and protect everything that we stand for, then we cannot let one more tradition slip away. Marriage is an important tradition in Britain, and we can't let that slip away as well.
All you talk about is fucking tradition. Well, you know what, pal? Fucking hair products are not tradition, because there's been a hell of, we've only had them for a short amount of time, and if you go back, like 99% of human history, we didn't have them. And neither did we have fucking V-neck sweaters and suit ties. And suit jackets. In fact, double glazing, central heating, warm bed, and brick houses are not tradition as well. So why don't you go back to living in a fucking cave, hunting in packs, and wearing animal skin for warmth? Because that's what you're talking about. Just because something's fucking tradition does not mean it's good. Progressive movements and progressive ideas are what make this country better, and what makes it better than oppressive regimes in other parts of the world. We want to lead the world. Gay marriage is coming whether you like it or not. It's going to be here. It's around in other countries, as I've talked about. and it's going to be here. So you might as well get on the fucking boat, on the big gay party boat, and have a good time while you still can, because people are going to be embarrassed in 10-20 years when it's legal, and people are just going to think, oh god, I cannot believe that we thought that this was a good idea, that we actually thought that gay marriage was somehow bad, that we actually thought that this was something that we should argue about and actually display our ignorance to the rest of the world. That's you are. You're an ancient dinosaur in a world of progressive ideas.
Gay people cannot marry a person of the same sex. Nobody can. But that's fine. Because that's
fine to you, maybe because you're not attracted to other men, or you're not maybe attracted to other men. If a man is, then they should be able to get married.
Okay, with the traditions. What gay people really want is the destruction of a very important tradition in the UK. Now, gay people already have civil partnerships, which I think is a good thing. It gives them the same rights as a married couple would, which is important.
Yeah, but it's not marriage, is it? It's not the same thing. I tell you what, go to Google and type in Jim Crow laws and read up about how separate but equal works, and if it really is fucking equal.
We are living in a society, which we are, where there are many gay people. Civil partnerships serve their purpose. Now, you might say, well, you're straight, you won't understand. No, I do understand. It's as simple as marriage existing straight people and civil partnerships existing for gay people. Now, that's not a homophobic thing to say.
I tell you what if marriage was, we changed the definition. I know you don't like that, but we said that gay people can get married, but straight people can have civil partnerships. Now, you would get all the same benefits, and it would be exactly the same thing. We just wouldn't call it marriage. Now, how would you like that? Would you think that this separate but equal bullshit would be fair then? Would you?
Because there you go. They've both got the right to enter a union with the person they love and receive the same rights in doing so. Now, if you won't believe that it's not homophobic from a straight person, then let's look at Ben Bradshaw, who's a...
oh, here comes your big fucking argument from authority.
A former cabinet minister. And he's gay himself, and he's recently come out, so to say, he's come out and said that David Cameron and the Condom Alliance are clinging on to this idea of gay marriage. Now, it's not a matter of if, now it's a matter of when. David Cameron wants to bring in gay marriage. Now...
yeah, good, actually have a fucking policy that the Tories are actually with the people on. They're actually for equality. No? I not particularly like the Tories myself, but they are completely right with this one.
Bradshaw, a gay man himself, says that this is ridiculous. Civil partnerships serve the purpose, and he's happy with the civil partnership. And he's suggesting, which is, I think, perfectly true, that David Cameron is just trying to drag his party, kicking and screaming, into the 21st century.
Yeah, well, that's sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to put down equality. You know, if you put it in legislation, it's going to happen quicker. You know, people are going to have to deal with equality. They're going to have to deal with it. They're going to have to treat people equally. By the way, when you talk about this gay person who doesn't like gay marriage, there's a fucking Sikh person in the EDL. That does not make the EDL good or by definition better just because they have someone of a different skin colour in their organisation. No, it doesn't. Your argument fails.
Which we know he's doing. He did it in the last general election. He discriminated against white British people, who wanted to stand for his party. Instead, he let Asians, blacks, Sikhs, Muslims, whatever, stand instead. Now that's a different issue, but that's massive discrimination. But it's true.
Now see, I'm of two minds about this, because there has been this argument of all women shortlists just having all women on a certain ballot for a certain position. I know that Leighton Way and Dylan and Cole have talked about this as well, and I'm of two minds, because sometimes I'm really sitting on the fence on this one. I think, okay, we have we should get women more into politics. Make it the government more representative of the people that it governs. And on the other side, I think, well, we should just let, if it's a white man who gets in, then that's right. Or if it's a black person, as long as they are the best person for the job, it doesn't really matter. And I'm at two minds about this, because I think D. Landing Cole is for it, and yet gives some very persuasive arguments. So I wouldn't call it discrimination. I would call it trying to make people see that other people are interested in politics, and they're just as good as well. And sometimes, because of bigotry and because of the inherent stereotyping that a lot of people still have, some people or some groups need to be better represented. And I think this is that's the idea with these sorts of shortlists. But enough about me, or enough about that. I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
Who's this? David Cameron is dragging his party kicking and screaming into the 21st century.
I know, you say that like it's a bad thing, like progressing as a party is somehow negative to its policies. It's really funny.
He's trying to get on this bandwagon of it's okay to be gay. Yeah, it is okay to be gay. It's not your fault. But there's no reason why we should keep slamming on about gay equality when it already exists.
Just gay marriage. No gay marriage. You just said it. Oh, okay.
Now I've got another point to make concerning gay rights.
No, maybe
if gay rights already exist,
if
then why do we have to continue banging on about it?
I tell you what, if your rights were being fucking curtailed, you would be going on about it a lot as well. You would be demonstrating, you would be protesting, you would be talking about it a lot. If you had rights, or your rights were being denied by other people, then you would be talking about it a lot as well. And don't fucking think that you wouldn't. Rights are important. This is how this country progresses, by giving freedoms and rights to people who do not have them, and who should have them.
Now there was a recent story where a Christian group was planning to put adverts on the sides of buses, which were supposedly anti-gay. And Boris Johnson, as far as I'm aware, has vetoed this personally. He stopped it. Now, that wouldn't be happening to most Christians if gay people beforehand hadn't done the same thing with posters and things saying some people are gay, get over it.
Okay, now the bus campaign that Boris Johnson has vetoed was something like ex-gay, post-gay, and proud, get over it, which is supposed to mirror the Stonewall campaign of, some people are gay, get over it. As far as I know, he vetoed it because he said it's not conducive towards a tolerant society, and London is very tolerant and open-minded, and this doesn't fit with the impression of what we want London to be. They really should go in the way that the evidence that people can be turned back to being heterosexual from being homosexual is incredibly spurious. In fact, the Robert Spitzer, I believe his name was, he was the person who in 1973 actually got homosexuality out of the mental disorder textbooks. Actually published a study in 2001 saying that he took a sample of 200 people, and he said like a certain select group of highly motivated gays and lesbians can reverse their orientation, and this has been used ever since then to justify these sort of gay therapy sessions, and institutes have grown up because of it. And now I'll leave a link in the description bar. He's actually taken that back, and he says that all that study is conclusive about is what these people say about the therapy that they've gone through. It's not evidence that the therapy actually works itself.
It's just silly. If you want equality, and you want people to stop banging on about the issue and just accept you as the same as everyone else, which is right, because you are, then why on earth do you have to continue to bang on about it? Why do you have to segregate yourselves at such a level? We're all equal. We don't need these stupid campaigns.
Well, obviously, fucking morons like you do not think they are equal, because if you would be in favour of gay marriage. Sometimes we have, you know, homosexuals, other people, they have to be in your face. They have to make you deal with the problem. Yeah, they have to make you deal with the fact that they are gay and they want equality. Just like when they have protests for other things as well. If you make your voice known and make your voice be heard and show people that you're not going away and you want the rights that are demanded to you, then maybe that is seen as banging on about it. But you know what? People are going to keep fucking banging on about it until they get the rights that they want and they deserve. Fuck. This guy's getting me angry.
We don't need this constant battering. Everybody just live together and deal with it. You're being far too over the top. And this is my message to gay activists.
Yeah, over the top. That's how you get things done. Sometimes you have to be over the top and in your face and loud and proud. That's what you have to do sometimes. That's not for everyone, but the people who do it, we shouldn't condemn them for it. They just want what other people have, which is equality.
Over the top.
Something you need to realise.
What you're doing is not necessary. Just deal with it. Just live and let live.
Deal with it. Fucking deal with it. As if that's just the problem. It's just like, oh, gay people are just, you know, they should just deal with it. You know, gay people are equal. Obviously, other people think like that. Yeah, that's why there's so much fucking bullying in schools when it comes to gay people. That's why it's a disproportionately high number of gay teenagers commit suicide. You know, they should just deal with it. Homosexuals are equal, obviously. God, moron. I'm sorry I had to. I'm actually more sorry for myself that I had to go through that. But this has gone on long enough, and fuck this guy. Cheerio, everyone.